What's good? This is Joseph here talking to myself. At the time of this recording, it is June 11th, 2024. How's everyone doing? No response. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I forgot. I'm doing good. I'm outside. I'm feeling the Arizona breeze. It's hot as balls outside, but it's whatever. I got used to it. Currently, I'm grounded in my yard. And if you don't know what grounded is, it's basically just going barefoot and just having your barefoot touch the earth's ground, or whether it's like grass or dirt or whatever, whatever the earth made, not concrete, not sidewalks. It's like the earth's ground, if you touch that with your bare feet. Basically, those electrons that go up to your soles, and it helps support your organ systems, with your tissues and cellular function. It helps support all of that, And so it's like giving you this kind of energy. You're connected with the earth, and I feel like that's one thing that the human needs to be, and that's connected with the earth. Because if you're not connected with the earth, then shit, you might as well just stay inside and just, not be human. You need to be a functioning human. You need to be connected. And there's many ways to be connected, but one of the main, most important reasons to be connected with this earth, with this world, is to ground. Grounded is really important. And you might think, it's weird taking your shoes and socks off, for putting it on the ground and all that. But, it's one way to connect with the earth. I feel like that's one thing everyone should do, Instead of, selling their feet online, they should just go outside, take their shoes and socks off, and just, touch grass with their feet. I'm not touching grass right now. I'm touching dirt because I got a rocky yard, with, the shit holds to walk on it barefoot. But, I'm just, I'm touching dirt right now. I'm touching what's underneath the rocks and all that. Low-key, I do wish I had a grass yard, I love grass so much. The only thing that sucks about it is the bugs and all that. I do say I hate bugs, but I do have to learn that they are another living creature, but they probably have the same minds as us, the same. I don't know what motives. Bugs could have many motives, but like bees. Bees have motives. They make honey, but make honey, polish flowers. They take care of their queen. That's their motives, But, and I feel like we're kind of related with bees, even though I'm scared of bees. We kind of have the same motives, We take care of our queen. And our queen could be anyone. It could be our parents. It could be our loved ones, but we take care of them, make honey, and yeah. Kind of talking out my ass right now. Again, I don't got nothing written down, so I'm going to just say whatever comes to my head first. I'm just ground. If you've never ground before, if you want, I'm not going to make you. I'm not pointing a fucking gun. I'm not going to come to your house and kick your dad in the balls. I might do that, but, it's just, just ground. Just go outside and put your bare feet on the ground. Especially if you haven't been outside in a minute. If you haven't been outside in a long-ass time, what are you doing? Get out of your fucking house. Get out of it. No more. I love being inside too. I love being in my bed, sleeping, taking naps, ain't doing shit, watching TV. I love that shit. But you also need to have balance in your life, balance is one of the most important things to have in this world. It's balance is what helps addictance. But say that you're addicted to porn and you can't stop. You need to have a balance. Oh, you're smoking weed. There needs to be a balance where you can't smoke too much. Because doing too much of not only smoking pornography, but too much of anything, too much of anything could be bad for you. Unless it's love, I don't think, there's this loud ass truck coming. The only thing that's not bad, that's too much, is love. I think we need too much love in our world. But too much anything, too much food, too much water, too much, just too much anything could kill someone. That's why people need to learn about balances and all that, Though I've been addicted to things before, I have. But I've learned about balancing, and that's like balancing the thing I'm addicted for, and then balancing, something good I could do, like going outside grounded, like I could smoke weed all I want, as long as I'm, taking breaks, going outside grounded, not doing it 24/7, having days to, not do it. I need days like that. I need, not only but everyone needs days like that, where they could just balance themselves. Balancing is one of the most important things to do. It helps a lot. It helps addictions. Could probably help relationships. It could help being connected with this world. It could help reach your goals. Balancing can help hella things in this life. And people just don't know that because they always do too much of whatever they do. This is okay, I guess. I understand, smoking weed. I'm not gonna lie. I love smoking weed. I love that shit. And, there was points in my life where I've been addicted to weed, where I just wanted to do nothing but smoke weed, I would smoke empty cards or empty bowls just so I could get a feel for it, just so I could feel high, so I could feel good about myself. But I don't need weed. I really don't need that shit. The only thing that I really need is to balance. Because once you don't balance, your life could be taken over. Could be taken over by that weed, And weed's good. I'm not discrediting weed, but there are some things that you need to be careful about. You can't smoke too much. It could probably still give you lung cancer, but just make so if you're a stoner, make sure you control how much you're having. And controlling is a part of balancing, When I mean control, I don't mean control like controlling a person or controlling a loved one or family. When I say control, I mean controlling yourself. That's one thing. That's another important thing you need to do is control yourself. You have intrusive thoughts. I have intrusive thoughts every day. But if you're able to not let them take over and you're able to dismiss those thoughts, you're good, Like example, like you see, a post and you just randomly think, man, what happens if I just pull out my gun and I just shoot that motherfucker? Will anyone miss him? Will everyone even know that he died? Will I be in trouble? Will I be a hero? Having thoughts like that, You just need to dismiss those fucked up thoughts. Because if you don't dismiss those fucked up thoughts, they could take over really easily. Really, really easily. And that's where a lot of evilness comes from. It's those intrusive thoughts and shit. Those fucked up thoughts. That's probably why there's been many murderers, you know? Hell, Jeffrey Dahmer probably saw a poster and he was like, man, that guy looks so fucking good to eat. And then, what's his history? You can't let those intrusive thoughts get control. You can't let those fucked up thoughts get control, you know? You could think about them. You could think about those thoughts as long as you dismiss them. As long as you go back to thinking good thoughts, you know? We're thinking about good shit in this world, you know? I feel like if people know that, I feel like this world could be like a lot better if they just not only control themselves, but they just balance themselves. Controlling and balances is the two key things someone needs to do for themselves, so they could be a good person, you know, so they could be connected to this world, you know. And yeah, just don't. If you ever think of intrusive thoughts, and you can't get it out of your head, you should 100% talk to someone. Either talk to someone or just try connecting with this world, you know. Grounded, just connected with this world. It could help so much. Really could, you know. And you know what else? It could really help not think of those intrusive thoughts. Just think about love. Just love yourself, you know? I feel like the reason why people get caught up in those intrusive thoughts is because they hate themselves. They hate themselves. They hate other people. They hate this world. They hate everything that's going on in their life. That's why people have intrusive thoughts, and instead of dismissing them, they go for it. You know, instead of not suing up that school, they buy a gun and they sue kids. Sad. Really fucking sad. You know how many lives has been caused just from intrusive thoughts, just by fucked up things to think about? There's many fucked up things to think about. There's endless things to think about. I could think of so many things that people don't even think of, you know? I could think of just anything, you know? And maybe someone's thought of that, maybe not. But as long as it's not fucked up, as long as it does good in this world, you know, your thought, keep thinking about good shit. Keep thinking about love, helping people, taking care of people, and then think about yourself, you know, daydream. I feel like daydreaming is what helps people get through a lot of shit, you know. Hell, daydreaming helped me get through school or shit, because I would just, you know, my teacher could be teaching a bunch of bullshit, but I'm over here just pixeling myself at a beach, at a beach. It's a lovely day out. I'm with my girl, my kids are playing in the ocean, just daydreaming like that. Helped me get through a lot of shit, you know. I know, you know, daydreaming, you know, it could help. It could also make you lose focus on what's really important, you know. So you don't want to daydream too much. You want to balance that daydreaming. You want to balance your thoughts, your intrusive thoughts, the fucked up thoughts that you think about. You know, you need to balance those things. Not even balance the fucked up thoughts, but just get rid of those fucked up thoughts. Don't think about that fucked up thoughts. If you ever see a poster and you're thinking about killing that motherfucker, instead of doing that, just right away switch into helping that guy, taking care of that guy, talking to that guy, making new friends. You know, it's important not to only be connected with this world, and not to be only connected with yourself, but also be connected with other people. Because we're all the same. We're all human beings, and we need each other. Because if we did have each other, no one would probably be alive. I don't know how many people know this, but did you know if a newborn baby doesn't get touched, if a newborn baby doesn't get loved, the love that it needs and the touch that it deserves, if it doesn't get any of that, the newborn could die. I'm not joking. It could actually die without any love, without any hold. It could die. That's why, love is the most important thing in this world. Because if you can't love a newborn baby, you might as well just kill the motherfucker. You might as well just love. That's all I want in this world is love. If you ever see a newborn baby on the street or in a dumpster, if you ever see a baby abandoned, you need to take that baby. You need to hold it. You need to give that baby love. You need to love that baby. Because that's our future. Our top future in this world right now are babies. And people think, babies, are either like cute or useless or disgusting. They could think of whatever they want to babies. But just know that baby in the future could be the most important thing, the most important person in this world. You just have to treat it right. You have to learn. You have to teach a baby the most important thing in this world, and that's love. You need to teach your kids love, There's too many parents who don't give a shit. Too many parents who beat their kids, who hate their kids, My dad, I don't know how true, because, I wasn't there when he was a kid. I was still in his nutsack if he was a kid. But, my dad, he always claimed that his mom always hated him, that she will always say awful things, that she will always beat him, and, that what caused him to be depressed. And he tried taking his life at, I think it was like 10, a 10-year-old boy trying to kill himself because his mother hates him. If the newborn, if the newborn survives through the hate, they could still grow up wanting to kill themselves. That's why there's so many suicides. That's why there's so many suicidal thoughts in this world. It's because not a lot of people is getting enough love. Not a lot of people are getting that trust. A lot of people are not getting that touch that they need. They need that touch. They need to be touched, And, just touch a baby. Well, I know that sounds wrong, but when I mean touch a baby, you have to hold it in your arms. And you just keep holding that baby, and you have to take care of that baby, Don't do no fucked up shit to that baby, Don't fuck the baby. Never, ever fuck the baby. That's another fucked up thing people like to think about is child rape. Or just rape in general. It doesn't even have to be a child. That's a lot of what's going on in a lot of people's minds right now. Probably half of this world are probably thinking about raping someone. Hell, not even half, probably whole, most of them. It probably, they see someone. It could be anyone, but they see someone walking by, and they really think that they want to rape it. Can you imagine being so fucked up, so down upon that you want to rape someone? It's sad. It's really sad. But one of the reasons why people do rape is because they've never experienced the love themselves. You know, they've probably been beat. Hell, they've probably been raped before. But, you know, but I feel like a lot of rapers have been raped or just hasn't been loved. That's why there's a lot of fucked up things going on. It's because, you know, it's either one, they've been hated, or two, some bad shit like them get raped, or them experience a mold over. You know, they see that shit. Or even, you know, they see kids could see their parents doing drugs. And they'll probably think like the cocaine's sugar or some shit. They try it and then little do you hold, there was another kid that fucking overdosed because they have dumbass parents who's never been loved and they treat their children like shit. They don't know how to raise their children because they won't raise as the children. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to be raised right. You need people in your life to raise. Or else you can't raise no one without that guidance. You need that guidance. You need that, hold on, loud ass truck. You need that love. You know, and it doesn't even have to be from a parent, you know? I mean, it should be the parents. It should be the mom and the dad who loves them. But it could be anyone. It could be your uncle. It could be, you know, a parent's friend. It could even be a random guy that found you in the dumpster. That's willing to take care of you. That's willing to love you. You know, when I grow up, I do want kids. And that's because, you know, my parents loved me. You know, they've had problems, not gonna lie. But I don't know if my parents experienced that love. But they did raise me right because they knew other people. They probably found other people who could raise them right. They had other families who could probably raise them right. But I was always loved by my parents, you know. No matter whatever bullshit they were going through, the only thing that I could depend on my parents is that they will love me. And they will always be here for me. And I feel like that's why a lot of kids, you know, they just don't know what to do with themselves. They're lost. There's no one there to guide them. There's no one there to love them. There's no one there to hold them. There's no one there. There's no one to talk to them. I've always been anti-social. I never wanted to talk to strangers, to random people, you know. But talking, if you don't talk about your feelings and you keep them bottled up, then, you know, now you're hiding your pain. You're hiding what you really feel, not only from other people, but just from this world in general. You're hiding your energy, you know? You might as well be dead at that point if you just go hide everything inside you. If you got no one to talk to, you might as well be dead. Because there's no point of living if you're never gonna love or if you've never been loved before. Might as well just die in peace, you know? But you need people to talk to. You need anyone to talk to. Anyone. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter if they even speak the same language as you or speak a different language as you. There's a way to communicate with people. Not only by just speaking to them, but just trusting them. You need to trust that person. Trust. There's a lot of people. Hell, if I'm being honest, every time I see a stranger, I can't trust them. This is sad. Really fucking sad, because they're like you. They're a human being. They got the same motives as you. But you can't trust them because of the intrusive thoughts that they're probably thinking about. You know? Because they've probably never been loved. Their motives in this world is probably just to hurt and to hate. And that's probably the most two evil shit you could do in this world, is to hurt and hate. You never want to hurt anyone. I never want to hurt anyone. I would feel like shit if I ever hurt anyone. Whether if it's a family or if it's just some random person, I never want to hurt anyone. You know? I would feel too bad. I'm too nice of a person, you know? I don't want to hurt people. I never want to hurt people. But if they hurt me, then I sadly have to hold back. I have to teach them a lesson, you know? It was this one time where I got slapped on a school bus. Here, let me tell you the story. So basically, it was ninth grade. You know, it was first quarter. It was the beginning of high school. I was on the bus. And, you know, I was talking to a friend. And we were like throwing pencils back and forth at each other, you know, because, you know, fucking freshmen. That's what freshmen. So yeah, I accidentally threw it at the back of the bus. There was like these, these people who are like, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they are really gangs or if they're just posers. But one of them, with the pencil, hit their glasses, and I think I caused them to bleed. So, and then, you know, he says something like, yo, kid in the hat, when I get off this bus, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. And I didn't really think of anything about it. So then he got off, and he looked at me, and then he slapped the shit out of me. And the first thing I did was I get up, and I fought back, you know, and we were fighting for like 10 seconds, you know, and we were yelling, we're calling each other's names. The bus driver had to come and break that shit up. But after that happened, I told my mom, and we lived close because, you know, we took the bus. We lived kind of in the same neighborhood. She drove me to the place. And, you know, she got out. She told him something. I don't know what she told him because I stayed in the car. I don't know what she told him. But immediately the guy came to his car and he apologized, you know. And I apologized back, and ever since then, you know, I've only like talked to him once. But yeah, ever since then, I just moved on. So that's all I could ever really do was move on. I can't keep remembering some random ass kid who slapped me. Why would I? Why? Just to make myself feel like shit? Hell no. I need to move on from that, you know? And I did move on. I moved on. He moved on. We don't talk to each other. I don't know what's going on in his life. He don't know what's going on in my life. It's because I moved on. I got back up, you know? And I moved on. That's another thing people need to do, is move on. But not only moving on, you can't move on from someone. You can't move on from something if it's not fixed. The reason I was able to move on is because, I went to his house, we both apologized, and then I went back home and I ate a edible. And I felt good. And I moved on. I fixed it. I apologized to the guy, and I fixed it, When you move on, you need to face the problem, and you need to try to fix it, And if you're not able to fix it, well then, I guess you do, you could move on from it, but will you really move on from it? Will you think, if he ever sees you again, will you think he moved on from it? You need to talk to the problem. You need to talk to the problem, and you need to fix the problem. And it's not only you, the person that you're beefing with, the person that slapped you, he needs to fix the problem, and he needs to move on. You both need to move on. It can't be just one person. It's kind of like a team, a team thing, even though you guys hate each other. You guys need to work as a team to fix the problem. You need to fix that shit. Because if you never fix that problem, then you probably never fully moved on. And it will probably keep you up at night. But yeah, just if you're ever dealing with a problem, you need to face that problem head on. Really do need to face the problem. And then once you fix the problem, you can move on like nothing happened. Then you go back. But the problem is probably nothing that matters, There's a lot of things in this world that doesn't matter, Like football and all that. I understand that, there's many people who work their whole lives to get to the NFL and to win the Super Bowl. But really, all the Super Bowl is just a medal or a trophy, Which is cool, I still watch the Super Bowl. I think it would be cool if I played in the Super Bowl. But I'm not going to ruin my life to make it to the Super Bowl. I know there's many people who will work hard, who will sacrifice a lot just to make it to the league, I respect that so much, that you're able to work hard for something and you never give up on something. That makes me so happy that there's people like that who never gives up and that works hard. People like that I could respect. But if you sacrifice something like your family or your loved ones or your kids, you sacrifice them to get to the league, you should probably, just not make it. You should focus on the one thing that's most important to you, and that's your family. That's your loved one. That's your kids. And yourself. You could be the hardest worker ever. You could work so hard and you try to make it to the league. But if you're not in the right place, if you're not in the right place mentally and you hate yourself, you need help. You really need someone to talk to. You need someone to get love. And the reasons why, a lot of people, look at football, look at the NFL as a getaway is because, there's worse shit going on in their lives. It's terrible shit going on. They're hated by either a family or they've just never been loved, never been talked to. People need to be loved. People don't understand. People really don't understand how important it is. Love is. That's the number one thing. Is to love yourself. Because if you never love yourself, then you can't love anything else. Because you're the most important thing to yourself. You, your family, your loved ones, your future kids, even your animals, your dogs, your cats, your fishes. You need to love yourself so you can love them. And you need to trust yourself. You know? There's a lot of ways that you can love yourself. There's a lot of ways. By controlling yourself, balancing yourself, just by connecting the earth. That's why I'm grounded right now. This whole time I've been talking. My bare feet, has been in the dirt, gathering electrons, supporting my organs, giving me info. And you want to know why? Because I love myself. I will always love myself, alright? Even if there are times where I'll be pissed at myself, or even if there are times I say, man, I really hate myself. Man, I really wish I was a different person. All of that's bullshit. The only thing that people need in this world is to love themselves. And then once you love themselves, you need other people to love you back. And it's hard to love yourself, because you never experienced that love. You grew up as a dumpster baby, So I understand why people may hate themselves, because they never grew up being loved. But if you have that guidance, if you have that love, if you have that father figure who will always be there for you and will always love you no matter what, then I think you could easily love yourself. But if you've always been hated, if you've always seen hate in your life, then you need to talk to someone. You need to talk to someone, or you just need to look yourself in the mirror, and you need to realize who you are, why you are here, and why the world is what it is. Why the universe is what it is. This whole world idea, this whole universe idea, it's weird. And it keeps me up at night thinking, how the hell did we come here? How the hell is there a space with millions and millions of miles and millions of energy? How? Just how? I'm stuttering, but shit. How the fuck is that possible? How is it possible to be connected to this world? How is it possible to be connected to this universe? And I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't know if I'll ever knew. No. But the one thing you just need to worry about, don't worry about where you're from. Don't worry about how this world is. You just need to worry about one thing. Actually, two things. And that's loving each other and loving yourself. Just love. It's all you have to worry about. All anyone should worry about is to love. Well, I think that concludes whatever this is, me talking to myself. It's hot as fuck. I'm sweating like a bitch. I need to put on some deodorant because I probably smell like ass. Even though I did take a shower, I sweat like a fucking pig. But anyways, that's it. I hope someone take away from it But then again, I am talking to myself, so there's no one's listening. But if you are listening, thank you for making it this far. And, just love each other. Love each other and love yourself. That's it. Peace.